everybody, and welcome back to Dragon Age. I know I kind of took a little bit of a break from it for a little bit, so I loaded it, and where is it? Was going to read, or loot, maybe it was loot. Loot, not jump. Take all! No, just kidding. Is this what I was gonna read? This is probably what I was gonna read. Story is the Fade is as old as humankind. For so long as men have dreamed, we have walked its twisted paths, sometimes catching a glimpse of the city at its heart, always as close as our own thoughts, but impossibly separated from our world. The Tevinter Imperium once spent vast fortunes of gold, lyrum, and human slaves. Hello, Luis. And human slaves in an effort to map the terrain of the Fade, an ultimately feudal endeavor. Although portions of it belong to powerful spirits, there you go. All of the Fade is in constant flux. The Imperium succeeded in finding the desperate and ever-shifting realms of a dozen demon lords, as well as cataloging a few hundred types of spirits before they were forced to abandon the project. The relationship of dreamers to the Fade is complex. Even when entering the Fade through the use of lyrum, mortals are not able to control or affect it. The spirits who dwell there, however, can, and as the Chantry teaches us, the great flaw of the spirits is that they have neither imagination nor ambition. They create what they see through their sleeping visitors, building elaborate copies of our cities, people, and events, which, like the reflections in a mirror, ultimately lack content or life of their own. Even the most powerful demons merely plagiarize the worst thoughts and fears of mortals, and building their realms with no other ambition than to taste life. From Tranquility and the Role of the Fade in Human Culture by First Enchanter Josephus. No? Okay. Thought there was another loot thing there. But yeah, so I was playing Destiny for a while. Sorry, I just totally drew in such a blank. But yeah, so I figured that I would try to jump back into this before I completely forgot how to play. Founding of the Chantry. I totally don't know these people's names. Sorry, I never, like I said in the first description, I never really played the following up to these for the Dragon Ages. Cordelis Draken King of the city-state of Orlis was a man of uncommon ambition in the year 15. Ancient the young king began construction of a great temple dedicated to the Maker, and declared that by its completion he would not only have united the warring city-states of the south, he would have brought Andestrian belief to the world. In 3 ancient the temple was completed. There, in its heart, Draken knelt before the eternal flame of Andraste and was crowned ruler of the Empire of Orleans. His first act of emperor to declare the charity as the established Andrastian religion of the empire. If it took 3 years and several hundred votes before Alessa of Montsimmer was elected to lead the new chantry, upon her coronation as divine, she took the name Justina, in honor of the disciple who recorded Andraste's song. In that moment, the ancient era ended, and the divine age began. So yeah, I apologize that if I don't pronounce a lot of these names correctly. I'm sure I've misspoken a few. Chantry hierarchy. The divine is the titular head of the chantry, although since the schism split the imperial chantry into its own faction, there are now in fact two divines. At any one time, one divine, informally called the White Divine, is a woman housed in the Grand Cathedral in Val-Ryax. The other, known as the Black Divine, is a man housed in the ancient spire of Minothras. Neither divine recognizes the existence of the other, and the informal names are considered sacrilegious. No matter the gender, a divine is addressed as Most Holy or Your Perfection. Beneath the rank of divine is the Grand Cleric. Each Grand Cleric presides over numerous chantries and represents the highest religious authority for their religion. They travel to Valrix when the College of Clerics converses, but otherwise remain where they are assigned. All Grand Clerics are addressed as Your Grace. Beneath the Grand Cleric is the mother, or in the Imperial Chantry, the father. If a mother is in charge of a particular chantry, revered, is appended to her title. These are the priest's responsibility for admiring to the spiritual well-being of their flock. A mother or reverend mother is addressed as Your Reverence. Brothers and sisters from the rank and file of the chantry consist of three main groups: affirmed, initiates, and clerics. Affirmed are the lay brethren of the chantry, those regular folk who have turned into the chantry for succor. Often they are people who have led a difficult or irreligious life and have chosen to go into seclusion, or even orphans and similar unfortunates who were raised into chantry life. The affirmed take care of the chantry and are turned in, afforded a life and quiet contemplation, no questions asked. Only those folk who take vows become initiates. These are men and women in training, whether in academic knowledge or the martial skills of a warrior. All initiates receive an academic education, although only those who seek to become Templars learn how to fight in addition. Clerics are the true academics of the chantry, those men and women who have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge. They are often found in chantry archives, sages presiding over libraries of books and arcane knowledge. The most senior of these clerics, placed in charge of such archives, are given the title Elder, although such a rank is still beneath that of Mother. All other brothers and sisters are addressed simply by nothing their title before their name, such as Brother Gentvi. We're gonna go with that. But yeah, so I was playing Destiny for a little bit, and I'm not a rogue. And so I figured I'd kind of give that one a little bit of a break. I was going to play Thief, but I decided that I had to hop back into this. Oh, I can late. Thank you. And thinking rogue class, of course. And so before I forgot to actually play this, that I got back into it. But yeah, so I was also trying to... Am I stuck? I think I'm stuck. I was trying to find the note for day 2, because I know that I found day 1, and I'm pretty sure that I found day 3 as well. And so I was trying to look for them, but I really wasn't having any luck. And I feel like I'm just like in a ginormous dead end. Where did I even come in? Oh boy. This stinks. Well, at least I know that I can't reread something, so that's a plus. Where in the world did I... Oh, wow. Oh, was that really necessary? Me? Yeah, let's just try to run up the wall. That's totally what I wanted you to do. Aww.
Have you gone completely mad?
I have.
He should be taken to Val Royal immediately.
No.
To be tried by whoever becomes divine.
Oh.
I do not believe she is guilty.
The elves failed Seeker.
The children of Andraste. There are many misconceptions regarding Andraste's bloodline. Monsieur, this is due, I should think, to a general lack of knowledge regarding Andraste's mortal life. Understandable, considering the many cults that arose following her death. Everyone sought to claim Our Lady for their own culture, or claimed some aspect of her existence. It was a lie. All of them complete fabrications. My order has done considerable research to ascertain the truth. We all know Anastraste, and the betrayed raised 5 children. The eldest 3 were sons, Isareth, Everin, and Virald. The rule of what was once southern Tevinirter was split among them. Isaroth was given the west, that is today Orlis. Everin was given the east, that is today the free marches. Virald was given the central Placense. We'll go with that one. What is today Navarra? What became of these 3 men and their legacies is the stuff of legend, and the majority of Clemsons to Andraste's bloodline link back to one of them. None of the 3 sons, however, were born of Andraste. They were born of the betrayer's concubine, Gilvan. People chose to overlook the fact that Andraste came from the Almari tribesmen and that they were barbarians, not the Fairlands. We know today they were savage warriors who took concubines in addition to their wives, and became Andraste was thought to be too weak and to bear children. The betrayed took Gilvan to provide him hers, which she did. After her death, the sons were raised as Andraste's own. Later in life, Andraste proved predictions wrong and had 2 daughters by the betrayer, Ebris and Vivel. They were kept out of the public eye and not permitted to marry, though both had consorts. Ebris had but one child, Ali Vermeer, who perished on a voyage to Demirum less than a month after her mother fell to plague, and without children of her own. The younger daughter, Vivel, was more controversial. a strong-headed woman who defied her family by falling in love with a mage of Tevinter, Regulon. Vivel and Regulon went into self-imposed exile as the exalted march began, and into hiding following Andraste's betrayal and murder. What became of Vivel and her descendants is largely unknown for one primarily reason. She had only one daughter. Each of those daughters had only one daughter. They married into other families, and took other families' names. And the chaos of the second play, all traces of survivors were lost. Andraste's true bloodline, if it exists, lies solely in the descendants of Vivel. And the suspicion of my order is that it produces only daughters. Thus, it claims of our young man, Monsieur, our highly suspect.
The breach
Oh,
is
turn in research. Totally.
For all you know,
Is
she
there more?
intended it this way.
Or is that it?
I do not believe that.
Oh!
That is not for you to decide.
Can I talk to you?
I believe
Yeah.
the Pentagon is looking for you.
That doesn't give me any information. Where is this person that I may find? Or am I just gonna literally have to... Can you give me any more information?
I believe Secret Pentagon is looking for you.
Oh, that doesn't give me any information. That is all that you can say. Is this where I came in? Oh, thank you. I finally found you.
Chain her. I want her prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
I did what I could. I'm still a suspect? You want my help again. I did what I could.
everything I could to close the breach.
Oh, slightly?
Killed
You
me.
only...
Yet you live. A convenient result insofar as you're concerned.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect,
You, and many others.
but not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour.
I am not a chosen one. What more do you want from me? Are you serious? Are you sure? You believe I'm innocent.
You really think your Maker would send someone like me?
The Maker does as he wills. It is not for me to say.
Even if that means a Danish elf is his chosen?
Humans are not the only people with an interest in the fate of the world.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
Well, what do you know?
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn.
Yeah!
We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
Investigate. I want to help. This is rather strange. I agree for now. I want to help.
If you're truly trying to
Why
restore
do you slightly
order,
approve?
that is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Looks like a page is ripped. Or is it just me? I don't know. But yeah, so sorry again as far as the whole reading. I really have some bad eyesight when it comes especially to lighting. Like, for example, like gas stations, if they have the glowing prices, then it just is all blurred to me. And it's pretty much the same thing with this, with the lettering. It's just some of them are just so bright that it just totally messes with me. So again, sorry for my mispronunciations, my misreadings, whole bunch of different things. And then there's a part that I'll be getting to later on, I'm sure. But there, when I come to it, I'll definitely let you know. But it's not going to be as if I don't necessarily know what to do, because my husband said that he couldn't necessarily ever figure any of them out, so I was helping him out with those. But like I said, I'll let you guys know, and at least then it won't take me forever in order to get to it. And wow, that was just the prologue? Really? That's a long prologue. It's like, what's that say about the game? Oh, so before I even started recording, oh, I got influence now. My husband was kind of telling me...
Should we surrender or...
Oh, she's over here. So my husband was telling me a little bit about, like, the influence, power, and things like that. But before I even started recording, I went into my character record and put in my points towards...
Does it trouble you?
I want it gone. Not anymore. It's fine. Want it gone. Where does it come from? It didn't close the breach.
If it wasn't enough to close the breach, what use is it?
You did everything we asked of you.
And it still didn't work.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Sola believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
That sounds dangerous. Sounds like fun. You have an idea. Oh, that could be either way.
Clearly you have something in mind.
We do.
Yeah! Yay for ideas. Who are you?
You've met Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition.
Oh, that guy.
It was only for a moment on the field. I'm pleased you survived.
Well, thanks.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
Anderan Atishan. You speak Elven.
You just heard the entirety of it, I'm afraid. And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
A pleasure. Impressive titles. Why am I here? A pleasure.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Do you?
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
They still think I did it. That was quick. Does it matter?
They still think I'm guilty. That is not the entirety of it any longer. Some are calling you, a Dalish elf, the Herald of Andraste. That frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we heretics for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
The Herald of Andraste. Oh, is that why people kept on calling me Herald? It wasn't like name Herald. I don't know. Could we be attacked? So I'm the problem? The breach doesn't worry them? Could we be attacked?
Will the Chantry attack us?
With what? They have only words at their disposal.
And yet, they may bury us with them. There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
I'll talk to her. Why would she help us? That could be trouble. I will talk to her.
I'll see what she has to say. You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Oh, that's
Look
nice.
for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Operations. The War Table allows you to apply the power of Inquisition throughout Orlis and Ferelden. Mother Gazelle is in the Hinterlands, which can be found on the Ferelden side of the table. Oh, just where we are. So where is that? Ferelden. Oh, that's so cool. The Inquisition can unlock new areas for you to explore through scouting operations. Perform the scouting operation for Hinterlands on the Ferelden side of the War Table now. Oh.
Have you had any trouble with them?
No.
Not at all. I will inform you if that changes.
Oh, I should have read that. Well, maybe it's a good thing I didn't. I'm just gonna include it. If you wanted to read it, you can pause it there and read it. So, if I'm going to do this from now on. If you would like to read this, then go ahead and pause it. I will... Oh, okay. I really don't know why. But yeah, I'm just gonna save you who have played this and know how to pronounce the names the pain of me not saying it right. Yeah, and I'm so used to other games where you just use the D-pad to like move around, or mostly like to read and things like that. I don't know. I try to do that most of the time, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, I gotta use the joystick. I just special. That's all. That's all. But yeah, so my husband was, I don't know if you'll hear him or not, but he was in the background and he was trying to...
World of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's odd for a Dalish elf to care what happens to anyone else, but you'll get no backtalk here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding
Hello.
at your service. All of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall, Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Pleased to meet you. You've heard stories about me? What's the world out here? Pleased to meet
It's a pleasure
you.
to make your acquaintance. We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Alright, so I'm gonna stop it here. I will see you guys in my next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry again for the mispronunciations and everything like that. So again, I will see you in my next episode. Thank you again. Katarine signing out. Later!